What up guys? So I was recently doing a spring clean of my room, and when I say spring I mean winter clean because it is winter in London. While I was cleaning my room I found this book, and in this book there was a list of gadgets which I wish existed at that time and still don't exist today. So I thought I would share with you guys some of these sort of gadget ideas, I don't know what you would call them, in hopes that maybe one day after this video is made someone might see it out there and invent them. That would be cool. Doubt that's gonna happen, but hey. The first sort of thing on the list is this sort of, I don't know, gadget slash device, which is about like the size of like a GameCube or like a Rubik's Cube, in which it's like an endless storage space. It's really hard for me to explain, but basically, if any of you guys have watched Mary Poppins, in Mary Poppins has a bag that when she opens, she can pull out like lampshades and like sofas and stuff out of it. It's just like literally an endless space inside that bag, even though the bag is like a regular sized bag that you would carry. So my idea was a sort of like capsule that you could like manipulate, make it grow bigger, and then you could walk inside of it, and inside would be just like shelves and like cupboards filled with all the stuff that you own. So like for example, all your t-shirts, trousers, books, DVDs, whatever. So you could carry this little sort of device, I'm holding it as if it exists, but you could carry this sort of device wherever you went and you would have all your possessions with you. So for example, you know, like when you're out and like someone's like, oh, do you have a pair of headphones? You'd be like, oh no, I don't have any, I left them at home. Well, not to worry, you bring out that capsule, expand it, walk inside of it, and then you can get your headphones. Doubt this will ever exist, but it'd be freaking cool if it did. I cannot explain to you how much I really want a flying car, especially after I saw this movie called The Fifth Element when I was younger, which if you guys haven't watched it, you have to watch it. It's an incredible movie with Bruce Willis. It was so ahead of its time. When it came out, like, it was amazing, like one of the best sci-fi movies I ever watched in my life. But in that movie, there was like a lot of these like flying cars, and the way that they are in the movie is exactly how I envisioned them in my mind. It would just be so efficient to have flying cars. I mean, for starters, you wouldn't need roads. So there would be like no need for road maintenance, no need for any of that stuff. There would be literally no traffic because you could just fly anywhere. So if there's like loads of people going in that direction, no problem, you can go on the side. Whereas when you're on a road, you have to stick to the lanes. You can't just drive on the pavement or something. So like just the thought of having no traffic, I'm just getting excited just thinking about it. Oh my, I hate traffic so much. There was so many news articles saying that we would have flying cars by now, and yeah, I'm not seeing no flying cars at the moment. I'm not even seeing hover cars at the moment, so stop your fucking lying. Kind of a personal reason behind why I want this gadget, but it's like an instant translator. For example, say you're talking to someone who speaks, say, a language you don't speak. So for example, I don't know, Japanese, right? And they're just speaking to you in Japanese, konnichiwa, saying whatever, you know, other stuff in Japanese. Now I know nowadays we can use like Google Translate. By the time I wrote this down in my notebook, Google Translate didn't exist. So bear with me on that. But this idea would still be Google Translate because it would be instantaneous. So someone would speak to you in Japanese and there'd be a sort of like earpiece in your ear. Whatever they're saying in Japanese gets instantaneously translated into the language that, you know, is native to you, whatever it may be, English for example for me. So whatever he's saying in Japanese would straight away go into English in my ear. And then when I want to reply to him, he's able to understand what I'm saying in his native language. So for example, when I'm replying in English, his earpiece would then directly translate what I'm saying into Japanese for him. And I just think it would be just so cool to just be able to speak with everyone and anyone, because not everyone can speak every language in the world. I have a lot of cousins in Egypt who only speak Arabic, and my Arabic is okay at best. So I would love to just be able to use that earpiece and have a proper conversation with them, because the way that you build, you know, relationships with people is from talking about experiences and so on. So the fact that having this device and letting you just literally have a conversation and being able to like become friends with anyone in the world sounds incredible to me. So yeah, that device out of all 5, please make it happen, inventors, please, please. Now this thing I wish existed is sort of the opposite of a microwave. Now you see how like when you put food in the microwave, put it on for like 30-40 seconds and then your food's hot, right? From cold to hot. I want something to do the opposite way around. Like the only way you can make a drink really cold at the moment is either by adding ice cubes or leaving it in the fridge or the freezer for like an hour or whatever. But it's not instantaneous, whereas the microwave, whenever you want to heat something up, it's instant, you know, 1 minute, 30 seconds, whatever it is, it's hot. So I want the same thing, but with freezing. Or cooling rather, so that way I could make all my drinks ice cold within a minute. Doesn't seem that hard to me, so scientists, get on with it, okay? Because I want one. I'll be the first one to place an order. Okay, now this is something that I've wanted ever since I was a little kid, and that is like being able to catch Pokemon in real life. Ever since I was 5 years old, I got my first booster pack of Pokemon cards. That's it, I was hooked. I was addicted. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm obsessed with Pokemon. Like, I can't explain to you how many Pokemon cards I have. You know what, actually, wait a second. Look at that, guys. There's over 2,000 Pokemon cards in here, guys. So when I tell you that I want real life Pokemon catching to be a thing, I'm not exaggerating. I really want it to become true. Now, although this technically doesn't exist, I'm really excited to say that there's actually creating a virtual reality, augmented reality Pokemon game in which you can go around the world or like go around, you know, cities and stuff and catch Pokemon for your game in real life. It's coming out in 2016 and I honestly cannot wait to play this game because it allows you to catch Pokemon in real life. Like, how freaking cool. Like, honestly, I can't wish for anything more coming in 2016. That's all I want. That virtual reality Pokemon game to be half good and I'll be a happy guy. Because the thought of just going around and catching Pokemon using my phone and this sort of like watch app that tells you when a Pokemon's nearby, my mind is blown. My mind is blown. Anyways guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. And also let me know down in the comments below of any gadgets or things you wish existed, because I'm really curious to know. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below and I'll see you guys very soon. Karimchii out.